Director 11 supports the inclusion of Flash files, Flash components, as well as other interactive media into your projects. This is a great way to add more complex media and interactivity, as well as add new capabilities to your Director movies. Here I have a very simple Flash file, an SWF format file that I've imported into Director, and it plays it pretty much exactly the way that it plays back in a Shockwave player, but I can also include much more sophisticated Flash content, including Flash content with interactivity, audio, and advanced animation techniques. In fact, it's easy to use Flash content, Flash components, or even other Director movies, as well as ActiveX controls. And each of these multimedia formats have interactive capabilities that will be preserved completely by Director. Flash content provides a vector-based, scalable, interactive animation that is optimized for use on the web. So if you're going to be doing web animations using Director, Flash would be a great compatriot or companion to use alongside of Director. So in this section of the tutorial, let me review how to use Flash components, as well as other interactive media types in Director 11. Now, in addition to providing full compatibility with the inclusion of Flash SWF files, Director also provides you with a set of Flash built-in components, which are actually Flash movie clips with defined parameters. You'll use these components to add user interface elements such as buttons, checkboxes, scroll bars. In fact, here's a DVD controller that I've added from the library here. There's a component section of the library, and these are all Flash-based movie clips that have been made available to you. Here's a radio button. If I go ahead and play this component, you can see that they animate. This is a counter that works, allows you to count up and down. Let me say a little bit more about these Flash components. They're actually bundled movie clips with ActionScript programming interfaces. Director comes with a set of user interface components, as I've detailed here. You can also add components to the existing set by creating your own in Flash and then dragging and dropping them into the Director Components folder. The Components folder is a subfolder under the Configuration folder located in the directory where you installed Director. So if you open up your Director 11 folder, open up Configuration, you'll find a folder there, Components. Inside here are your various Flash components. You can create your own in Flash and then drag and drop them into this folder. Now, Director natively supports only those Flash components that are shipped with it. Other Flash components that you add here may not function exactly as expected. Also, you must restart Director in order to use these newly added components. To use these components, simply open up the library by choosing Window, Library Palette. That'll toggle it on and off. And then from the Library Palette, open up the Components folder and simply drag and drop the components onto the stage. To get them working, you'll need to play your Director movie. Notice that my button is animating. And my numeric stepper is also working here, stepping up and down. You can also open Director movies within other Director movies by importing them. This will simplify complex productions. A linked movie appears within another movie as a single cast member. This eliminates the need to manage extra cast members and score data. Using discrete movies also helps you manage file sizes for easier downloading. As an example, notice I have a very simple 30-frame animation in this movie that's looping. This movie is called Animation Path. Let's go ahead and create a new Director movie. And let's import that entire Animation Path movie in my new movie. Here's the movie there, Animation Path. Let's import that. Now let's open up the cast window here at the bottom and drag that onto Well, first off, you'll notice that it brings in the movie and creates an animation path here, a film loop, as well as all the component parts of that movie. And now I drag it onto the stage and notice that the entire movie plays back just as it did by itself, but now it's part of a cast member. More technically, it's a film loop. So again, this technique of importing a director movie inside of another director movie will greatly simplify complex productions. And lastly, ActiveX Controls in Director can manage ActiveX application resources from within a movie. ActiveX Controls provide a variety of features including web browsing, spreadsheet functions, and database management. ActiveX Controls function as normal sprites in a movie. ActiveX Controls work only in Director for Windows and only in projectors. Let me now move on to the next movie and provide you more details for working with Flash content in Director 11.